Right, put down that cuppa because I'm about to tell you why this week's weather is more dramatic than EastEnders on steroids. We've got more plot twists coming than a BBC Christmas special written by someone who's had too much mulled wine. The Met Office has issued warnings with more red tape than a government office during budget season. But here's the cheeky bit. 3 weather systems are having a proper Barney over Britain, like drunk football fans arguing over who's buying the next round. This isn't your nan's gentle drizzle. We're talking about atmospheric chaos that makes Brexit negotiations look positively organised. Before I spill the tea on this weather madness, smash that subscribe button harder than you'd slam the door on a pushy salesman. Drop your location in the comments. I'll roast your local weather predictions worse than Gordon Ramsay roasts burnt beef. The most commented location gets the full comedy treatment tomorrow. Think weather forecast meets stand-up comedy gold. So here's what's happening right now that's got meteorologists more excited than kids in a sweet shop on free sample day. The Met Office rain warning for southern England isn't just any old downpour, it's like Mother Nature's having a proper tantrum. While the south gets absolutely drenched, like festival-goers without proper gear, Scotland's already getting the VIP treatment. That ice warning until 10 AM? That's just Scotland showing off, like wearing shorts in winter just to prove how hard you are. London folks, tonight's rain is so heavy it'll make your Thames flooding jokes seem positively cheerful by comparison. Manchester and Liverpool, you're sitting prettier than a cat that's just knocked over the neighbour's prized plant pot. Birmingham and Coventry, you're on the edge of tomorrow's warning zone. Like that mate who's always, maybe, coming to parties. Thursday's Met Office warning ends at 3 PM, and that's when the weather gods decide to proper show off their skills. After 3 PM Thursday, British weather will be more reliable than your mate Dave actually keeping dinner plans for once. 3 separate computer models are agreeing on this forecast. That's rarer than finding a working McDonald's ice cream machine. The European model, British Met Office, and American GFS are in harmony, like a boy band that actually likes each other. Scotland's about to get frostier than your ex's Instagram comments, with temperatures dropping faster than England's World Cup hopes. Edinburgh, Glasgow, and Aberdeen are getting weather so photogenic it'll make your Instagram followers properly jealous for once. The Scottish Highlands will be more picture perfect than a postcard from your aunt's holiday in Mallorca that she won't stop mentioning. While Scotland freezes like a broken freezer, southern England gets clearer than your nan's spectacles after a proper clean. Cardiff and Swansea, you're positioned better than front row seats at a Welsh rugby match for this atmospheric show. Bristol and Bath residents, Friday's sunshine will be brighter than your future after winning the lottery, hypothetically speaking. Canterbury, Dover and Brighton are getting skies clearer than a politician's lies during election season. Now that's saying something. Oxford and Cambridge, you're going from Thursday's soggy mess to weekend weather smoother than James Bond's chatterblinds. Norwich and Ipswich, you lucky devils, are outside the warning zone. You're basically weather royalty at this point. Reading and Guildford folks, you're on the edge of Thursday's warning, like someone queuing for the last pint at closing time. Portsmouth, Southampton and Bournemouth. After 3 PM Thursday, your coastal views will be more stunning than a Hollywood blockbuster. Now here's the bit that'll make you laugh harder than watching someone try to fold a fitted sheet in public. Thursday's 20 to 40 mm rainfall could turn into Friday's -2 frost, faster than your mood changes when the Wi-Fi goes down. That's a temperature swing more dramatic than a soap opera character finding out their twin brother is actually their secret father. The jet stream is having more mood swings than a teenager, literally rearranging itself like furniture during a panic clean. We're going from Atlantic chaos to continental precision, faster than you can say, keep calm and carry on 3 times. Friday evening, all warnings end, and that's when Mother Nature puts on her Sunday best for the weekend show. Heathrow, Gatwick and Manchester airports will have better visibility than your chances of understanding modern art exhibitions. British motorways will transform from Thursday's chaos to Saturday's smooth sailing faster than a magic trick gone right. School kids will get mornings so frosty they'll have more content for TikTok than they'll ever use in actual lessons. But wait, there's more drama coming than a reality TV show reunion special with surprise guest appearances. Tell me in the comments, do you want proper British winter that makes you appreciate central heating, or mild weather for absolute wimps? Type "freeze me silly" for epic winter chaos. Or keep it cozy if you're softer than a marshmallow in hot chocolate. The European model just dropped news more shocking than finding out your local pubs stopped serving proper roast dinners. We could be looking at cold snaps more legendary than when your gran supposedly walked 5 miles to school uphill both ways. Unlike 2018's Beast from the East surprise attack, this time we've got more warning than a fire alarm in a paper factory. The Cotswolds and Peak District will be more Instagrammable than avocado toast on a Sunday morning in Shoreditch. Yorkshire Dales and Lake District will be prettier than a Christmas card and twice as cold as your ex-mother-in-law. Even Cornwall and Devon could get clearer than your conscience after finally confessing you ate the last chocolate biscuit. Computer models are agreeing more than politicians disagreeing about literally everything, which is genuinely saying something. This confidence level is rarer than spotting a queue jumper getting properly told off in Britain without causing a scene. The Scandinavian high pressure is stronger than British tea, and twice as persistent as your nan's grudges. Now let's talk about what this means for different folks around the country. It's comedy gold, honestly. Farmers, this frost will be better for your crops than winning the lottery, and considerably more likely to happen. Gardeners, protect those plants faster than you'd hide your chocolate stash from visiting relatives during Christmas. Motorists, keep scrapers handy. Saturday morning frost could catch more people off guard than a surprise birthday party. Local councils should prep gritting trucks, because roads might become slippier than a politician's promises during campaign season. This is shaping up to be more classically British than queuing politely for buses that everyone knows will never actually arrive. Drop your location for personalized weather roasting. I'm funnier than most weather apps and considerably more accurate. We could be witnessing continental patterns more persistent than your mate who absolutely won't split the dinner bill fairly. This could create winter experiences more memorable than your first day at work wearing completely odd socks. European patterns are connecting smoother than dating apps pretend they actually work in real life. Glasgow and Stirling could get effects more spectacular than fireworks on New Year's Eve in Edinburgh. Welsh valleys might get frost more sustained than your nan's legendary grudge against the neighbour's perpetually barking dog. From Orkney to Scilly, effects will spread faster than gossip in a small village about who's been seen with whom. Let's examine what this means for different types of people, because variety is the spice of weather comedy. Dog walkers will finally have weather that makes their pets happier than finding a new stick in the park. Commuters might actually enjoy their journey for once. Shocking development that'll make national news. Weekend shoppers will get conditions better than Black Friday deals without the stress-induced heart palpitations. Pub garden enthusiasts might actually be able to sit outside without 17 layers of clothing and a heated blanket. Social media weather speculation creates more confusion than IKEA furniture instructions written by a committee of confused hamsters. Stick with professional analysis. It's more reliable than your mate's weather app and considerably less dramatic than newspaper headlines. Here's what makes this weekend particularly brilliant for various activities that Brits actually enjoy doing. Football fans will get match conditions so perfect they might actually focus on the game instead of complaining about the weather. Runners will have crisp morning air that makes them feel athletic without the usual British weather-induced misery. Cyclists might finally use their expensive bikes for something other than hanging clothes in the garage. Weekend warriors planning outdoor activities won't need to check the weather 17 times before leaving the house. Market stall holders will have conditions better than a sunny day in July without the sunburn and overpriced ice cream. Photographers will get lighting conditions that make their Instagram posts look professional without expensive filters. Let's dive into the long-range outlook, and this is where things get properly interesting and slightly mental. The extended forecast shows patterns more persistent than your neighbour's leaf blower at 7 AM on Sunday morning. We might be looking at cold spells more reliable than British trains pretending to run on time during leaf season. The Beast from the East 2.0 possibility is more realistic than your New Year's resolution to actually use that gym membership. Continental blocking patterns are setting up like a perfectly choreographed dance routine, surprisingly graceful for weather. Mountain regions could get snow accumulations that make skiing enthusiasts happier than finding money in old coat pockets. Coastal areas might experience temperature contrasts sharper than the difference between your work coffee and proper coffee. Urban heat islands will become more noticeable than the person loudly eating crisps during a quiet movie scene. Rural frost will be more widespread than complaints about London property prices at dinner parties. Tourism boards are probably preparing marketing campaigns faster than people abandon diet plans in January. Hotel bookings in scenic areas might spike higher than energy bills during a cold snap, which is saying something. Local businesses could see weekend foot traffic increases more dramatic than soap opera plot revelations. Here's what makes this meteorologically fascinating, while still being absolutely hilarious to observe. Atmospheric pressure systems are positioning themselves more precisely than British people queuing for anything important. Temperature gradients will be sharper than the wit of a Scottish comedian having a particularly good evening. Wind patterns are organising themselves better than most people organise their kitchen cupboards during lockdown. Humidity levels will drop faster than public confidence in weather forecasts during unpredictable seasons. Visibility will improve more dramatically than your opinion of British weather after experiencing a proper continental winter. Now let's consider what this means for the eternal British conversation starter: moaning about the weather. For once, Brits might actually have to find something else to complain about. Revolutionary concept. Conversations will shift from "terrible weather, isn't it?" to "lovely weather, isn't it?", causing national confusion. Social interactions might actually focus on topics other than meteorological disappointment. Groundbreaking stuff. Weather apps might display information that makes people smile instead of planning indoor activities. The national mood could improve more noticeably than when someone brings proper biscuits to a meeting instead of digestives. BBC weather presenters might actually deliver good news without the usual apologetic tone reserved for disappointing forecasts. Here's the scientific bit disguised as comedy, because education should be entertaining, like good British television. High-pressure systems work harder than most people on Monday mornings to create these spectacular clear conditions. Low-pressure systems are retreating faster than people backing away from someone with a questionable cough. Jet streams are repositioning themselves more efficiently than Londoners navigating tube strike alternative routes. Air masses are interacting more peacefully than neighbours during a boundary dispute over garden fence heights. Temperature inversions will create effects more dramatic than the difference between northern and southern chip shop portions. If this forecast made you chuckle more than watching people slip on ice in YouTube compilations, smash that like button. Subscribe faster than you'd claim the last seat on a crowded train during rush hour on a rainy Tuesday. Hit notifications, because British weather changes faster than fashion trends in a teenage magazine. Share this with friends who need weather information delivered with a proper sense of humour instead of doom and gloom. Comment your location for personalised comedy weather analysis, entertainment and information combined, like a perfect British sitcom. Tomorrow's forecast will be even funnier than this one, and twice as useful for actually planning your weekend activities. Until then, stay warmer than a pub argument about football and drier than British humour at its finest. This has been Weather Comedy Gold, disguised as actual useful information. The best kind of educational entertainment. Remember, the best weather stories always start with "you'll never believe what happened next," like most good British anecdotes. Keep that British stiff upper lip ready for whatever weather comes next, though it should be pleasantly mild. Cheers for watching, and may your weekend be clearer than this forecast and warmer than your heart after proper tea. Don't forget to check back tomorrow for more weather wisdom delivered with the perfect amount of British sarcasm. Until next time, keep calm, carry on, and remember, at least it's not raining cats and dogs anymore.